Hey everyone, Gaijin Goombah here. With con season winding down, it's time to get back to work, and I decided to look back over what's been going on for the last couple of months to see if there's much worth discussing. Before anyone asks, yes, I have a culture shock idea for Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but it's needing some retooling since Scott released the game nearly 3 months early. But something else caught my attention, and honestly, it made me kind of sad. With the advent of the announcement of a Final Fantasy VII Remake, there was one discussion that really stuck out. Will Tifa have the same design as before, or will her appearance be different, and more specifically, will her boobs be smaller? If this happened 7 years ago, most people would probably write it off as a right-wing attempt to blame gaming for corrupting children. But it's a very different world we live in now. There are fierce debates and petitions for this kind of thing all over the place, and it's something that now requires a lot of attention. But there's something I believe we've overlooked. Something that we've stepped over on the righteous march for equality. In the process of trying to make characters more realistic, I think we've forgotten what realism actually is. A friend of mine a few weeks back came to me and told me that there was a petition to have Tifa's breast size reduced for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I really didn't give it much thought until she told me her argument. See, this friend of mine is a busty gal, has been for a long time, and all her life she was verbally assaulted by other people because of her post-pubescent predicament. It wasn't all just catcalls from men either. She told me that other men, and even women, would shame her for having such large breasts regardless of what she wore. Her argument is that society, especially folks in the gaming scene, have spent so much time in this sexualization debate that we've forgotten that women not only shouldn't be sexual objects, but on the flip side, shouldn't be shamed for their bodies that they do have. And the more I thought about it, the more I believe she was right. This is what I mean. Tifa, while she is curvy and perhaps a little provocative, was far more a proactive character in the game. Her actions and decisions were critical for some of the plot points. In fact, if it wasn't for her, Cloud would probably still be a vegetable and or dead. Her character was defined by what she did, not what she looked like. She was smart, compelling, and willing to put herself in the face of danger for the people she cared about. So here's the thing, guys. There are lots of gamers in this world who just happen to have a very large chest. And when they see petitions for game developers to shrink down bust size on top of the social angst they already have to deal with, what kind of message does that send to them? How do you think it makes them feel knowing that the one outlet they can escape from society is now actively attacking characters with their body type? As strange as it may seem, there are girls who look up to characters like Tifa because even though they have a large chest, it's not what defines who they are. It's what they do that makes them special. But with these petitions trying to physically change her, we really are sending out the message to these girls that their body type is abnormal and should be changed, and that's just not right. And when you think about it, where are the other petitions? Where's the petition to make Barrett look more realistic? 'Cause, wow, dude looks like a walking steroid factory. Am I supposed to look at this and think that this is the appropriate image of manhood that I should strive for? No, because I know not all men are supposed to look like that. I do recognize that there are some guys who just like being super jacked, and that's fine, you know? It makes them happy. So too do I think that we need to recognize that all women should be loved and appreciated no matter what kind of body they have. This is a call to action to remind each other that women should never be shamed for their bodies. People should never be shamed for their bodies. We need to remember that while we need to be aware of the negative message we are sending by over-sexualizing characters, we also need to be aware of the negative message we're sending to them when we demonize and condemn characters simply because they have large busts. Because, believe it or not, there are busty women in this world, and they deserve just as much love and respect as any other human in this world. Instead of changing how characters look, I think we should change how we define character. As we've been told all our lives, it's not what's on the outside, but on the inside that counts. And if there exists a compelling, well-written, active character who just happens to have a big bust, then I say more power to them, because in this world we live in, there exists compelling, wonderful people who just happen to be busty. But thanks for listening, everyone. This is Gaijin Goombah, signing out.